Hello and welcome everyone to my Home of Wargamers presentation preview of Hell. This was a game on show at the Home of Wargamers event. Link to the main video where you can access all my other videos from the event is in the description, so please do go check it out. Hell is a game for PC, Mac and iPad developed by Hunted Cow and has a Q3 2014 release date, so we're bringing you more previews and first looks at the game once it is out. It does have multiplayer as well. Hell is a turn-based tactical strategy skirmish game developed by award-winning developer Hunted Cow in partnership with Slytherin. Set in the mythical fantasy land, you take control of either the Order of Light or the Demons of Hell and battle for supremacy across many different battlefields and environments. The game features stunning visuals and is aimed at both PC and iOS release with cross-platform multiplayer functionality. This means that you can be playing at home and then you should be able to load up the game on your iPad on the commute to work, as far as I understand it at least. Each unit in Hell has been carefully designed to have a specific role in the battle, with various strengths and weaknesses determined from their unique abilities and traits. With an epic single-player campaign traversing 20 unique levels, do you have what it takes to vanquish the forces of Hell? Well, I don't know, but I'd definitely like to find out. So Hell is also built off the back of the Battle Academy 2 engine. So those of you that have perhaps watched my preview video for that already, you'll know the visuals that were in that one. Be interesting to see what you think of the kind of transition over from World War II setting to fantasy setting, because I was quite impressed with the transition over. Those of you that haven't checked that out, please do go check out Battle Academy 2 after you finish watching this preview. Without further ado though, please enjoy the preview footage from the press event Home of Wargamers for Hell.
It's for PC and iPad. The release date's expected late summer 2014. This is an alpha version today. Not quite beta, but the beta will be starting very soon.
And you said this is based on the Battle Academy?
It's the Battle Academy engine, right, but only that's kind of overplaying the relevance to Battle Academy. The engine is kind of so
powerful,
configurable that it will look nothing like Battle Academy when they're finished. Well, to be honest, it looks nothing like Battle Academy now. So the core concept of the game is there's the Order of Light and the Demons of Hell.
Sounds like a typical night out.
So here we have just a kind of first introduction tutorial mission, relatively small. Check my time. How long have I got? Okay, not long. The story here, we've got a human patrol who come to a junction inn. When they get there, they hear stories of strange things going on in the area. Before they can even get to the bottom of what's going on, the town comes under attack by demons. So obviously you can see that you've got it's a very different look and feel to either of the two games you've just seen. What we're going to do is wait for some demons to turn up. Actually, can you put the volume back up, Alex?
Yeah.
Thanks. So combat system, you've got ranged attack values, defense values, kind of melee attack values. You've got number of attacks, how many hit points units have got, their armor levels, how far they can move, their level, and how much experience points they've got, and morale. And all those factors feed into the combat system. What we're going to do here is charge into combat. Charging into combat gives you a small bonus when you first get to combat. You can only do charging if it's the first thing you do in a turn. So we've done some damage to these guys here. So these demons are down to 1 hit point. Let's see if our archers can finish them off. Got them. Perfect. Right. My soldiers got locked in combat, and so they're stuck there now. They can't move anywhere else. So they're probably going to get attacked next turn. Just move our archers out of the way. Wait to see what comes and turns up next. Some demons, I think, have come through the house there. There's a range of different units with strengths and weaknesses, and units all have their own kind of attacks as well. These are all fairly basic, low-level units. We'll get some reinforcements turning up. We've got something bigger arriving here.
So is there a magic system that goes with the game?
Yeah, there's spells. Here I have my magic user just turned up, so he's a mage. He can cast defensive spells on neighbouring units. So here he can cast a celestial barrier, so it gives an armor bonus to the unit. My cleric, he can cast healing spells on friendly units, but these guys aren't damaged, so he can't do it. He can also cast, what does this one do? I forget. Conviction, an armor and morale boost to all neighbouring units.
You can also confuse enemy units.
Yeah, so the magic users, when we get in range of the enemy, he'll be able to cast a confusion spell on the enemy, and all of the kind of abilities and spells are all very configurable and quite easy to add and modify. And so as units level up, there's more stuff they can do. Bring my cleric over here, and he's going to...
What's Battle Academy written in?
C.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's cast Conviction. That gives all these guys armor and morale bonuses. And the combat model, it's one of the most important parts of it is the support system. So when I attack an enemy unit, I get support from friendly units. So here, my chance to hit is massively increased because I've got 2 supporting units.
Is that something that's been inspired by the Field of Glory experience?
It's actually inspired by Blood Bowl.
Sorry?
It's actually inspired by Blood Bowl.
Oh, right, okay.
One of the things I want at the moment is that the idea is that supporting units should only be able to support if they're not adjacent to anyone else. So you can stop units supporting each other. So at the moment, when I attack with this guy, I'm getting support from here.
Yes.
But once we finish the support system, I think we'll have it that this guy can't support because he's got 2 enemy units adjacent to him. Support would only be possible by this unit here because he's adjacent to the target but got no enemy distracting him. And so then the other part of that comes on which units you attack in which order. So, for example, here, if I attack him onto here, he wouldn't get support from this guy because he's occupied. But if I attack this guy to here, he will get support because he's not got anyone around him. So the order you do things in can affect things. And then if I can kill him, then this guy can give support here, and so support's going to be a very key part of the combat mechanic. My big paladin guy here has some special abilities as well. So he can boost the morale of friendly units, but he can't use it right now because no one's got reduced morale. And he gives protection spells. He's also got his Sword of Valor. Sword of Valor gives him a chance to hit and then do a bonus damage on the enemy unit. Let's bring up our magic user. Oh, we did. Where's our magic user? Here's our magic user. So he can cast a confusion spell. Got them. So those guys are now confused. That means that their combat stats are reduced to 1, so they're going to be a very easy victim. Then we miss.
So really, it's quite an intricate combat dynamic, really, isn't it?
Yeah. We didn't want to have something that was too simplistic. We wanted something with depth, but the visual style is something that, and the subject matter is something to broaden the market. But we don't want to make a simple mass market game. We want to make something that was appealing, but also had the depth. And the idea is that the rules are taught to you. If you don't know what you're doing, stuff will still happen. And hopefully, because if the feedback's clear enough, then you'll naturally learn the mechanics as you go.
But that's really good, because what a lot of people will draw from the conclusion of a picture would be, it looks fairly straightforward, fairly basic, but not appreciate the depth that's going on underneath.
Yeah, that's. I see that that could be a downside for our traditional audience. They might dismiss it as being too simple. But the aim is, this game is really targeting a new audience, and we'd love it if our usual audience plays, but...
Well, when I had a look at the brochure last night, I got the impression that maybe it was going to be a very, very simple game. But looking at it now, I can see that actually it's something you really get
Support
into.
system, just alone there.
Yeah, support,
there's
morale,
a lot to it.
There's zones of control.
Using all the right spells
it's all about
and powers
using
and things
things
like
in the right way. So there'd definitely be a way
Yeah.
to gain an advantage.
Nothing related to any Warhammer titles
No, this is nothing to do with Warhammer. No.
so far.
This one's not going to be anything to do with Warhammer. So there's different terrain types: forest, swamps, hell. The detailed combat model. I'm running out of time, so just going to go quickly. There's 30 units types in the game: paladins, griffins, imps, behemoths from the depths of hell, and all sorts of different things. Lots of varied mission objectives, and the beta recruitment starting very soon for that game.